want to show you what it's like to experience some fun stuff at the campus. So I'm a little bit sick. I can't take clients there right now, but Stephani has been there long enough that she's gone enough times that she's gone up enough times that she knows how to get there on her own. So she doesn't need so much of my energy to get there. So I want to show you what it's like to go to the campus. I'm going to switch this over. We're going to ask a lot of questions, and feel free to ask questions as you're hearing her go through this. You can ask questions of what she's seeing or what she's going through or what she's capable of. But for the next hour, we're going to be playing at the campus. And in a moment, I'm going to switch it over. So for my moderators, when the folks come in, just let them know that we're doing a demonstration of the campus, which is a very, very advanced level of my work where people get to go and play with their energy system. All right, Steph, so what's happening now?
Okay, so he took me to kind of like a playground.
Yeah.
It's like a jungle gym and stuff. It's really cool. We were conversing on what I wanted to play with. And I told him I wanted to play with my hands. And then he's like, do you want your hands or your whole body? And as soon as he said the whole body, it was almost like I started floating.
Yeah.
So I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I was like, let's see what the hands can do first. And then let's ease into the body. And so he said, let's wait for you. So you just hopped on. So going to start with the hands.
Okay.
And see what they can do. Let's see. So it's like target practice, kind of.
Yeah.
I go like that, and I can see how there's like shapes, almost like shapes coming out of my hands and colorful, like lasers. It's pretty cool.
So bring the attention into your brain before you go to your hand. I'm going to come into your motherboard behind you. I'm going to start moving some things in your brain.
Okay.
And let me know what's happening there. We're switching out without speaking the color that you used to get there. I'm going to increase that color in your motherboard.
Oh, okay. Green. Like green and turquoise?
Yeah. Run that energy through your hands.
Oh, it's a lot more concentrated now when I do that.
Yeah.
And a lot brighter.
Yeah. What's happening now?
It's almost like there's that color now. The green and turquoise, and they're just like lighting up.
Okay. What can they do?
It's like they can create.
What do we want to create?
Yeah, like we can create crystals. You know, I love crystals.
Let's play with crystals. What can we do with crystal energy?
It like holds it and they can amplify it.
Okay.
It's almost like it encapsulates the energy that are coming out of my hands. They're saying that when you can encapsulate it like that with a crystal, that you can take it easier.
Yeah. He's going to show you how to do something. I don't want you to tell the audience what he's showing you. Just tell us what happens after.
Oh. I can make bigger ones.
Okay, let's do it.
It's like before I was making little ones and now they're like mountains.
Okay. And what can these mountains do?
He's saying that they can fill me up.
Okay, so I want you to pick one. We're going to focus on one.
Okay.
Okay. And what can that one crystal do? That one mountain?
You can magnify self-love.
Okay. Let's crank it up. And I'm going to use the folks that are on TikTok right now to amplify that energy. So as you're doing what you're doing stuff, I'm going to add in the group here.
It's getting so bright and warm.
So let's see if the TikTok folks can feel that. If they're able to feel that energy too. Take that self-love down to the molecular level. Bring it down to to the smallest parts of you. Where in your body do you need it the most?
I felt it in my throat first.
Okay. Let's go in and ask your throat why it needed to go there first.
Because it's almost like I don't speak it. Like I don't say it and I'm not aware of it.
Uh-huh. And what would happen if you spoke it?
I would start believing it.
And what would happen if you started believing it?
I would embody it.
Uh-huh. And what happens when you embody it?
It becomes.
It becomes. And then what happens?
And then you are love. You are self-love.
Turn it up. Increase that volume. That intensity. And when you have excess, share it with the folks on TikTok. But not until the moment that you are full.
Okay.
Yeah, full first. You fill your battery gets to 100%, then you have the surplus. Don't be afraid to go up in the intensity. You have the capacity to do that.
Okay. Okay. I'm full.
Okay. Now I want you to shine in that sense with that energy, intensify it. Then you've got your hands, right? We're playing with your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You've got 32 people on the TikTok audience right now. Plus me, so 33. Send it to 33.
It's a lot easier when I'm full.
Yeah, way easier. Way easier. Way easier. A few more people on. Expand it out a little bit more. How do your hands feel?
Like a river?
Yeah. Let it flow, right? Make sure you stay at 100%. All the surplus, bring it over. Share it. Daniel's going to show you something in a moment. Don't share with us what he's showing you. Just tell us what happens after.
Okay, it went from like a creek to like a river.
Yeah. Okay. What else can you do with this? This power in your hands, this capability, what else can you do with it? We're here to play at the campus.
he's saying that I can share it, but I can also like, not alter it, but like magnify it.
Yeah.
Like a lot more. If like I have the control, like the dial.
Yep.
And he said I can change the color.
Well, what color do we want to do? We can stay the same or we can change it.
We were like at a pink or red.
Okay.
Let's amplify it and go to purple.
Purple.
And he's also saying that I can like adjust how much I give to people. Like it could be low, it could be high.
Yeah.
Can even be targeted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. It's almost like I can target people's different chakras in a sense, or different points.
Okay. So Daniel, as your quantum teacher, what does he recommend you start with?
The throat, for some reason, like where I start.
Let's go, right? Start with throat.
I can feel like some people had the same thing that I did.
Yep, absolutely. I will confirm that. Yeah. So I'm going to talk to the TikTok audience for a moment, Steph. Just stay where you are. I'll bring them up to speed. So for those that are just coming in, Stephani is at a quantum training campus or mystery school, if you know it by that. And she has done a lot of work. So she is now able to play in the big sandbox, so to speak. She's learning how to use energy through her hands, which is one of her capabilities. And what you're feeling is her playing in a 5D reality, virtual reality, and bringing it back to the physical 3D that we understand here. So as she's pulling the energy in from the campus, and she's working with Daniel, who's just an escort. You always are escorted at the campus. You're never on your own because it's too high. It's there's just too much there to have like unrestricted access. So she's learning from a quantum trainer or teacher at the campus who's showing her how to use these tools in a more efficient way. And when she's moving her energy, we're feeling it as the audience that is entangled with her as observers of her journey. So, Steph, how's your throat?
It's almost like I can feel some people, so it's a little closed off right now.
You're in the group energy. We've got 60 people on the live right now. You're going to be able to do what I normally do when I do the group energy, right? I want you to try and count how many people have that block in their throat.
Around 15.
15, right? So we've got about 30%, 25% or so of the audience have that block. So I want you to take that focus and see if you can move those blocks from their throat.
Okay.
But make sure you're at 100%. And then strengthen it as much as you can toward the group energy, the collective.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's almost like I'm helping them open it.
Yes. Yeah.
I know what that is.
While you're there, see if Daniel has any tips for clearing my cold. I would appreciate that.
Okay. He says to sleep. You know this, Annie.
Yes. That is my goal for today.
She's like, she knows this. So sleep and rest.
Sleep and rest. Rest is what I have neglected to do.
And tea.
I have been drinking tea, like, I have been drinking probably 5 cups a day is what it feels like.
I feel like it's definitely easing up on their throats.
Yeah.
It's a lot more open now.
Now take that count from 15. Where are we?
There's like 2 or 3 that need a little bit more help.
Yeah. So give them just a little bit extra boost to the remainder group, and then move to the next thing.
So the next place I was told to focus is like, I think it's the root, like the sexual.
Yeah, root.
Yeah. And we're changing the color.
Okay, what color?
Gold.
Gold, okay. Let's ask why.
Because it's more like people need to see that more as like a gift, as valuable.
Yeah.
Which goes along the lines of self-love.
Yeah. Self-love is powerful.
There's about 75% to 80% of people that have that block.
Okay. Okay. Increase intensity. Let's see if we can get that 75 to 80 down significantly. Because root chakra is a very powerful, it's the starting chakra. And if we have a weak start, a weak foundation, we have a weak system.
Yeah. I'm trying to intensify it more. He's helping me do that.
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot to charge myself first.
Yep. Step back, fill up. 100% only.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Now for those that are on TikTok that are going to feel the energy stuff is going to push through, let that run down your legs, through your heels, into the earth. Or if you feel strong, bring it up through your spine to the top of your head, to the sun or moon or wherever. Help move that energy through, but as we strengthen it, let the blocks move out of the way so that we can bring in the energy Steph is bringing in. We have room for that to come in. All right, Steph. Step it up. Increase intensity.
Okay.
Bring in compassion, because usually when we have blocks in our root chakra, there's trauma sitting there too.
Okay.
So it's a lot of love, a lot of compassion as we intensify that energy.
It's so interesting because instead of like water, it's more like strings to each of them.
Yeah.
And there's 2. There's one that's gold and one that's like red for love.
Who on TikTok is feeling the heat of Steph's energy? A lot of energy coming in right now. For those that are on TikTok that are feeling it intensely, make sure to breathe. Stay in the present moment.
Definitely getting that number down, but still keeping the energy there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I told my hands to intensify it for those who need it, and it's almost like it created even another line. So instead of 2, they have 4.
All right.
That's so cool. Okay, so now I don't know how I did it, but somehow I turned on like white light, and it's like in a spiral through the strings, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Let's ask Daniel why that's doing that.
He's saying because it's like the empath part of me. Like I'm connected to them. Or it's easier for me to connect to them.
Yeah. Has he showed you what to do with your feet yet?
He just showed me. I hadn't noticed my feet. It's almost like getting roots.
Ooh. Okay.
Like rooting down into the plane.
Yep. Now, what happens when you root into the campus?
It definitely intensifies.
Definitely.
And I'm more stable.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, the number definitely went down. There's like probably like 10% now.
Now, what else do you gain by rooting into campus energy?
It's easier to receive messages.
A whole lot easier.
Yeah. I think that's why I just started doing that, because it's like he doesn't necessarily have to tell me. I just feel it and do it.
It's more telepathic or a claircognizant.
Yes, exactly. I think I want to go to another zone.
Okay. Is Daniel staying with you, or are we going to switch teachers?
No, he's staying with me.
Okay.
I want to work on the third eye.
Okay.
We're going to do white.
Okay.
Immediately my hands started going like this, like opening.
Yep. How does your intuition feel opening the third eye?
Lighter.
Lighter.
Whiter.
Okay.
White. Yeah.
Whiter.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
And lighter. Yeah. Lighter, whiter. I'm trying to describe it. It's like beautiful.
Yeah. What's different about the third eye from the other chakras?
I'm trying to describe it. That's very, it's like knowing.
Oh, yeah.
And comforting, yet familiar. Daniel's saying it's almost like a piece of home.
Yeah.
It's so interesting because the way that I see it now for everybody is I just see like a light. And each of one of them is like a light that's opening up. I can't like control the light in a sense. Like I could the other ones, but I can brighten or help to brighten it.
Ask Daniel why that is.
It's almost like that's not mine to control. Like that's something that someone has to control themselves.
Okay.
But I can help to almost like open an eye kind of thing. Like help brighten and intensify it. But I can't.
Sure, so let's play with it. Let's explore what that is, right? You've got an audience that'll give you feedback.
Okay. What does it feel like when I brighten it?
So Christy says increased tingling. Amy's having strong pressure on her head. Mimi's feels lighter. Miss Rhonda feels tired. I'm feeling a pulsing.
Yeah, I'm feeling it too, like right here.
Lucristia, I think, said warm. Yeah.
I think that's why, because people interpret it in different ways.
Yeah. Now it's coming. I'm feeling a shift.
That's beautiful. Everyone's pretty receptive too.
People that are not receptive usually don't stay on my TikTok lives for long. They bounce out. It's too high. It's too high vibe for people who want to hold on to trauma.
But I feel like I'm not like prying it or anything. Like it's just it's going with it.
So we've got a few folks talking about feeling tired. Let's ask Daniel why that is. Why does that happen?
It's almost like they're new to it, so it's a lot of energy that tires them out.
Yeah, it's.
He's saying other symptoms could be like a headache, for example. Oh, okay, you don't have to show me the symptoms. Like, or like feeling nauseous.
People will acclimate. They usually acclimate.
But he's saying that could be why, because it's very intense, and if they're not used to it, you kind of get symptoms.
Yeah. And how can people alleviate those symptoms as they're experiencing that rush?
Breathe.
Keep breathing. Breathing is super powerful.
Intentional.
And give it an exit door if it's too much. Let it flow out your crown of your head to the sun or to the moon. Let it flow down your body into the center of the earth or into the roots underneath the surface of earth. Give it an exit door if it's too much.
And he's saying that the symptoms are good though, because it's like you're moving shape.
Yeah, it's like getting sore after exercising. It's not a bad thing. It's just you're not acclimated to it.
Right. Okay. He's saying we're ready to move somewhere else.
Okay, what's next?
Breathing.
Right? Breathing is essential.
And it's not like the lungs or anything. It's just intentional breathing, like focused on the breath.
80+% of our weight loss is through breath. 80+% of healing from mental illness is through breath. 80% of a lot of the things we do with our body and our mind are through breath. It's like letting the emotions have an exhaust pipe for the vapors of those emotions exit through breath.
So I would like people to breathe in green and just concentrate on breathing in green light. And just imagine that's filling you in as you inhale. That's so cool. I can feel like the pulse of people.
Yeah. So is it any particular shade of green or just any green?
Like rainforest green, like a dark green.
Dark green.
And if it's easier, just think of exhale colors so you're more conscious about it. But the green, it represents life. You're inhaling life. I can feel like less tense. Like people are then loosening up. and weight. So people are getting lighter.
Okay. I'm breathing a lot better. Can you hear it?
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of gunk being cleared out.
I think the majority of it is in my head. Because I'm feeling a lot less congested. I can breathe through my nose for the first time in a couple days.
Hallelujah. That must be so nice to feel. Okay, so Daniel told me that I can't control how people are breathing, but I can help to intensify what they inhale.
Okay.
So what I'm doing is I'm brightening up the green that is being inhaled.
What changes when you lighten up the color, when you brighten it up?
The clearing gets easier. It's like loosening it up.
Yeah.
It makes it more powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's definitely more intense. So I can feel things like loosening it up faster and easier.
So focus on physical injury. And how can this breathing help with physical injuries?
The breath goes directly to the injury.
Yep.
And it still loosens it up, but it's more directed to a certain area. Daniel's telling me that breathing helps a lot with anything physical.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you said, weight loss, injury, headaches, anything physical. Breathing just helps it because it clears it up. And you can even intentionally breathe into that area. So he showed me that the crystals that I originally made, like the smaller ones, I can also make them for people and give it to them.
Okay.
Because I can pick up that there's like you do sometimes, like there's parts of people that need more attention.
Yeah.
So I can create individual crystals for what they need and give it to them.
Yeah.
I don't know why this is blowing my mind. That's pretty cool. Obviously, there's like way too many people for me to know who I'm giving it to, but I can do that. Is there a way to? No. I'm asking if there's like a way to automate this or something, or somehow know who I'm giving it to, but I would have to individually tap into each person to do that. But he's just showing me that's something that I can do.
So let's practice. Pick a part of the body. I want you to ask the group energy what the most needed, which part of the body needs the most attention for the collective.
Okay. I'm getting the throat and the head are like the top two.
Okay, pick one.
Let's do the throat.
Okay. So how many people need extra personalized attention in the throat?
It's probably around 10 to 15 people. Okay. I'm picking up. Okay. That's pretty cool. So what I did was I made one and then I copied it and then I gave it to them.
Cool.
Oh, okay. So this is interesting. I can't just like chug it at them. Like they have to take it in and put it in. Okay. They have to accept.
So for those that are on TikTok right now that know that they have blocks in their throat, Stephani can't insert it into your throat. You have to acknowledge the gift and place it into your throat on your own.
It feels like little people are kind of, they don't know how to acknowledge it. So just say that you receive it and it'll go automatically in your throat.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what do people feel from that once they get it?
So that's a great question. So TikTok audience, what are you feeling? Those that have received it and placed it into their throat, what are you feeling after? Tingle, integration, clear passage, pain in the ear. That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Like a filter has been pulled back, larger airway, opening in that area, ears starting to ring, third eye tingling.
I'm going to ask Daniel what the ears have to do with this, because that's interesting. That's two people.
Well, ears, nose, and throat, right?
Well, yeah, that's what he said. Like, you obviously hear it and then you speak it. It's connected.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Daniel's saying that I can create things and kind of like gift them. That's what my hands do.
How do you use that for business?
Great question. Ideas. The ideas. I make them physical.
You make them physical. Let's practice that a little bit. I want you to work with Daniel to show you how that works.
He's saying that I've always kind of done this, but now it can be a lot more powerful and like with meaning or with intention and amplified. Now that I know this, like I've always done it intuitively, but not
with mastery.
Exactly. Like not with so much power and intention and mastery. Yeah.
And what makes you different from anyone else? Like what makes you different from me? What makes you different from anyone else?
The fact that I can capture it the way that they imagine it.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's almost like a mind reader.
Kind of. Yeah. I can't do that.
So I'm asking him how I can practice it. He says I can practice it on my own, like not specifically at the campus, but that I can still practice it and just master it.
Oh yeah. How's that going to boost your business?
Because with mastery and with knowing, they will also know it. Yeah. Like it's like more trusting, more transparency through that. When I know it, it'll shine through and they'll be able to see it too.
Now, what about something like physical pain? Can your energy help with that?
It can, but that's not what I'm best at.
Right. So let's focus on mastering what it's truly intended for.
Yeah.
And what is it truly intended for?
It's more like making feelings or ideas tangible. The same way that I created that crystal. It's like I can understand the feeling that's needed and create it to gift it. Or encapsulate it to gift it. It's like encapsulating an emotion, making it tangible so people can see it and take it in. It's exactly what you said, taking that 5D and making it into a 3D that people can understand.
Yep.
Oh my God, I'm going to cry. That's awesome. So that can be used with like ideas, emotions, anything that's in the 5D.
Yep. It's like when I tell people when we're in 5D, it's like having 40 cargo containers of information to play with, or 40 playgrounds to play on. And then we go into 4D, we only have 8 playgrounds or containers. And we go into 3D, we only have 1 playground or 1 cargo container to work with. So much more exists in the 5D world. So much more wisdom, so much more mastery, so much more understanding. And we just need to know it's there, to know how to apply it in a 3D way.
Yeah. So
Daniel's going to show you something in just a moment that's private to you. I don't want you to share it on the recording.
Okay.
This is just for you.
It's gonna make me cry. Okay.
So we've been on for a little over an hour. So I'm going to give you the choice. Do you want to stay on for 15 more minutes or do you want to start coming back?
Let's start coming back. That was a lot.
All right. So stand by. I'm going to close out the live session on TikTok. We're going to bring you back, and then we're going to have some private conversation that's specific to the journey. So everyone on TikTok, thank you for coming, for being here to witness this.